Fine. So yesterday we started with the cleaning, basic data cleaning operations, and we'll continue the same basic cleaning in the sense we'll do some row operations, column operations, then data types changing, and more operations on string operations. Then we have the numeric operations, like so the all the basic operations, whatever basic operations possible, right? All those operations we will first see, then we'll go for advanced operations, right? And the visualizations. So similarly, and at the same time, we'll also see the visualization one by one. Fine. Let's check what we were doing yesterday. So yesterday we had imported a data set. This is sales data. Fine. It has the information on sales, product information, then the order information, the sales information, revenue information. And now we want to check what is the issues in the data and what we have to do, right? So for that, which tool we use? We use the transform. Here it is Power Query Editor. If you go to the transform ribbon, transform data, right here you have the tool called Power Query Editor. Click here and Power Query Editor opens. Fine. And we had seen like how we can check the quality of data, and based on the quality of data we can take further action on the data. And before we use the data, before we use any file or any database tables, right, we have to explore the data first. What at least we have to know what these columns are, what this data is doing, right? What is this order ID, and what is the meaning, business meaning of this order ID, product ID, what is the business meaning of product ID, and what it does in this table, right? So we have to first understand this thing, then we can go further and apply that data set for visualization to see in the visualizations for some purpose, right? That's what we discussed during last session. So now let's do the basic cleaning. Here we have got this data, imported this data, and now we want to see more on this data. And uh, based on the quality, data quality, we can see some of the information, like okay, which has error information, which has empty rows, which see here, this is having most of the empty rows and most of the empty cells, right? But still, even though it has most of the empty cells, 92% empty cells, but we have the valid data. This is valid data, right? Very low, moderate, so promo bin one. So it has some valid data, right? So we cannot get rid of the column direct, entire column, but we have to see whether it is valid or not valid. So we have to check all of these things, fine. The next thing we can just see is where we have error, where we have what kind of different kind of issues we have to find out whether we have, if we have it here, okay. And while we do the transformations, when we get error, so we have to find out the issues and we have to rectify those. So one of few issues we have solved using this row operation, right? Reduces, we had reduced a few rows, okay. Now we are going to do something more, okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to see here, see this is the column order ID, and this is unique order ID. But we see this data NA, this is not unique. Even this is also a primary key. Okay, in case of primary key, we should not have any such data which is not giving any meaning. Also, it should not null, and it should be unique. These are the properties of primary key, right? So here we see this data, we don't see any meaning with this data. No, the ID is of number type, but we have here NA. So first of all, what we can see, we can try to check what is this NA value. Okay, we can try to find out the NA, what is the meaning or what other columns have for that NA values, right? And we can find out whether we have to update this data, we have to update this column, or we have to update some other thing. So here you can see entire rows is NA value, which is junk. So we don't want to, we want to get rid of this data. Fine. So if we want to get rid of that data, what what do we have in Power BI? If you want to filter out, so this is same again, like right, same like the Excel, right? So we can see here, we can just apply the filter and we can find out which data is what. And here, if you want to get rid of this NA values, so we can apply the same kind of filter as we have in Excel, right? So just drop down, click here, this arrow down button, and here we can just filter out, okay, filter out the values. And how we can filter out, we can either we can go here and give the um, filter like, okay, equals to this equals to NA. We can give a filter like this. We can do advanced filtering or operation. So you now know that we can do advanced filtering here. Okay, and this advanced filtering will have and or operation. We can have more data, right? Or we can have even more. Okay, add clause. We can add more clause. Okay, and based on other columns also. Fine. Here you can see based on other columns also we can do some more filtering. So in this case, what we want to do, we want to just get rid of the NA values, right? So what we have to give does not equal to NA. So all those values should be available in our data set. So data which is not equal to NA, right? So one way is that we can filter out this data like that. Fine. And here what was the data? And what was the data? Fine. Okay. So other
Good
way,
morning.
yes.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Just now I joined. So I just want to know that NA, no need to remove that NA or just need to hide there. So
Yeah,
that
fine.
is
Okay,
understood.
no need to remove because this is removing, okay? This is removing from your data set. So this data set
Okay.
we are preparing, this data set we are preparing to move it to the model, right? Which will be used for visualization. So here you can see
Okay.
every
Okay.
step, right? Even
Mm-hmm.
you can see all the steps, whatever we have, it preserves the actual data. See, in source
So,
step, it has all the
so
data.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Understood. So just need to filter that whatever then means you need that is you are teaching that how to filter all these things, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
So
Okay. Got it.
here what we are saying that we are giving one step, okay, which is filtering out data, and this final data will be now used, okay. Whatever final
Okay.
data we
Got
are
it.
getting from the last step, right, that will be
Uh-huh.
moved to the visualization part, okay. That we
Okay.
can use that data for visualization, okay.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, fine. So now what we have done, we have just removed or we have just filtered out, okay, we have just filtered out this NA data. Fine. And how other, what is a different way we can filter out that data, same data. Okay. The other way is to filter out. We have just seen here, we can just filter out and we can go to this, directly to the place and we can just remove it from the selection. This is the basic filter, very basic filter, right? And the advanced filter we can apply from the text filter here. Okay. This is the advanced filter we can apply. So now this is done. Fine. So what are the other issues we are seeing in this column? Okay, in the same column, order ID, this is unique ID, and we are seeing 333. So this is again having multiple some duplicate records, right? And if we see the entire on all these three records, and those are all same, all of those are same, right? All the three records are same. So how do we remove that? All the rows, fine. So if we have entire row and as a duplicate, we can just go to this remove rows and remove duplicates. Okay, and it will remove the duplicate value. All the remove duplicate rows, it will remove all the duplicate rows. Fine. Now, if someone wants to, remove some duplicate from the column itself, so you can even remove the duplicate from the column. Okay, remove duplicates, but it is not that is not required, and that will not be used also. Okay, those kind of things will not be used mainly because removing some duplicate from the direct one from the column will have impact on other data, right? Other data set. So you can just try to check all those issues, all those things. Okay, different scenarios, but you have the options to remove uh, duplicate for entire row. You have options to remove duplicate from the column. Okay, and you have very many different options. Okay, and we will see each and every one of them one by one. Okay, fine. So now what we have just done, we have removed almost many of the junk data. Okay, whichever is not required, we have removed many of them, right? And here we can see the 99% in this column. We are seeing 99% empty data. Fine. So
Yes.
in the entire column 99% empty data. So we have to first investigate what is the data. We can just check from here that this is not a good data, and we have to remove this column. So how do we do that? We can just go and right click, okay, or we can go click, we can select it and remove column, right? We can just remove this column and that column is removed, right? We can go to this column, remove column tool, and it will be removed. So similarly here, you can see 99% data, valid data is there, but 1% empty. But what we are seeing, all are any data, right? So we need to investigate this data also, and we can see that although this is showing 99% valid, but we have all this junk data. So this also need to be removed. The other way, one way to remove from here, right? Other way is to remove, right click it, right? And you can see the remove option is there. Okay, so right click, just click on the column, whichever you want to remove, right click, and that column will be removed. So here, remove column. So the column will be removed. Fine. Now, what else do we have? We have 99%. Okay, fine. We have this. So it looks fine. Now it looks fine, and we have to move to the next step. So what is the next step? Suppose this data is, I have got this data, right? And this data, we have removed duplicate, we have removed other junk values, and there may be many other issues, okay? There may be many other issues, but whatever is visible to us, although you have to carefully understand first, you have to carefully think on the data first before you use it in the visualization. You have to carefully understand all of your data. So we have many other issues, okay, here in this data set, same data set, and we'll see one by one what are the different issues we have, and in the next step. So now, as we have understood that we have some data, okay, and the data is around almost clean. We have performed some basic operations, cleaning operations, and we are thinking that this data is clean, fine. So we have to use it to get some insight, and we want to check the revenue. Okay, we want to check the revenue for 2017, or we want to check the revenue for some product, right? Maybe, yeah, for 2017 we want to check the revenue. So what we are going to do is just going to close it here and going to use, now the data set is available, clean data set is available, right? And we have the clean data, and we want to use it in the report visualization. We want to check the total revenue in 2017, fine. So what we are going to do, we are going to use either a table or a column chart or a chart, right? Let's see, use it, the clustered column chart, and we want to see the sales, we want to see the revenue for the year 2000, okay, 17. So what we are going to do, we want to keep it in the x-axis, right? And next what we are going to do is we are going to have the revenue in the y-axis. Fine. And what do you see? Do you see the data is fine, correct for you? So this is revenue, right? This is revenue, and we are seeing here
Your
count
screen
of revenue.
your screen is not visible, sir.
Not visible?
No, just
Oh,
now it is gone.
yeah,
Still not.
it's still not visible. Okay, okay, okay. Let me check. You are sharing screen. Okay, I will stop and start again. Okay, sharing it again. Do let me know if you are able to
Yes,
share.
yes. Now got. Now get.
Okay, fine. So you are able to see my screen right now.
Yes,
What are the issues we are seeing here? One issue we are seeing is uh, this is giving me the count of revenue. This is not giving me the correct, the revenue information, the amount information, right? This is one of the issue. And what other issue we are seeing? We are not seeing the data on year level. We are seeing data on daily level, right? So this is another issue, right? So why these issues are coming? Fine, we'll just check that. And once here with this down arrow button right here, once we have our measures included right here, and we will be able to check which aggregation method is applied to this data, fine. And that is here we just need to click and you will find out the aggregation method applied to the measures, the fact data, okay, this measures information, value information. And here you are seeing that the aggregation used here is the count, though we should have the aggregation method as sum, we should have aggregation method as average, because in the numeric data we will be able to perform any such aggregation. So we say it ratio scale data, right? This ratio data. So we can in this data we will be able to do almost all the aggregation type whatever is available to the numeric data, but we are able to see only count and count distinct. So which is available for only, which is available for count, and count distinct is available for all kind of data, right? That means we are having some issues with the data type. Now we will be able to we will be trying to fix the data types of all the columns we have here, right? Now what are all the different based on the column, based on the data, right? We have to fix the data types. Here, this order ID type, this is order ID, and here you can see this corner box, right? ABC. this is showing the data type of this column. Okay, whichever data type this column has, right, and this corner part here, this is showing the data type, and this, if you click there, this will give you the data type information. Okay, and if you want to change it to some other data type, you can change it from here. Fine. So this order ID, this is a key column, right? You will use this key columns as in your model, right, to integrate your data, to create the joins and all those things, right? So this is a key column. You can keep this key column as a number type, whole number type, or you can keep this also as a string type also. Okay, any one of these is fine for key column, right? But what is the difference if we keep it in number type, and what is the difference if you keep it as a string? A string will take more space in the memory. Okay, so that is you have to be careful when you want to be more, efficient, right, memory efficient and performance efficient, right? So you have to also take care of all kind of scenarios, like how you can reduce your memory for the data set, right, for the same data set and all those things. So here we can keep it as a whole number, as the key column. Fine, and this will take just 1 byte, right, and character will take 2 bytes. So memory, in memory, and you can by number of rows, you will understand that how much more data, more space it will take if you keep it as a string type. Fine. So similarly, the product ID, this will remain same as the string type, right? Because of the nature of the data. This is also will be same as the string type, right? This is character type, string type, and text type, and this will remain same. Now this data, right? Here you see order date. This is date data, okay? Date information. Fine. And just check this data. Okay, what is the difference between these two dates? Order date and order date 2.
Format is different, sir.
Yes, format is different. Fine.
Yes,
You
yes.
can see here, this is January, means this month is coming first, then the date,
Yes,
then year. And here the date, then month, then this year, and then
yeah,
2 digit, right?
yes, yes,
Now,
yes.
now we will see how Power BI is changing this to date type. Let's see, and we are changing it to date type, and here you can see that this is changing the format to first. It is changing it to this date, then month, then year. Fine. The next one we'll just try to check, and try to check it date type, and here you can see automatically it is changing to the same data type. Do you see?
Can you show other format, sir? Means can you change other format? Suppose it is like means I'm telling that it is two rows some other format like in the state.
Yeah. You
Can
can
you?
you can change it to any format, any format. Okay, we'll see all of that. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
whatever data we have, right, the date data type and any other data type. So you, whatever way you think, right, whatever you are thinking that I need it in this format, that format, every
Mhm.
format is possible. Okay. So yeah.
But we
Uh,
need to keep same format all. Means in one table, so we need to keep if date is there, so all date need to keep same format.
yeah, it
Because
is. Yeah, it is the requirement from, right, for everyone. If you are in India, then you will like to see only India date format.
okay.
If you are in
Mhm.
US, you like to see US date format, right? And it is the requirement, and you should always have your data in sync. So if you are
Mm.
using one date format here, same date format should apply to all other columns also, right? It should
Yes,
not be
yes.
different
Okay.
for different data. Yeah. So
Okay.
yes, uh, so just we have just seen, and this data format, right? This data format is a month, first date, then month, then year. And this format is which format? Do you see this is India format, right?
Yes.
This is India format, and US format is first you'll be year, then month, then date, so like that, right? So we'll see how it affects our data set, right? And this is, you can see this is sales. Do you see any issues in this?
Zero cells are there. Means like is it okay?
Hmm.
Zero cells.
So this should be a number type data, okay? Sales, because this is giving me the number of count of the count of the orders, okay? Items so sales is the count of the items, right? Ordered. So it should be only numbers, but we have something else also, text also. So we'll see how we can. And now this is string format only. So we'll keep it as a string format, and later we'll see what we can do with this. And here in this revenue, this should be revenue type, that is currency data, right? Revenue is a currency data. So you can see we have decimal number and fixed decimal number. So fixed decimal number will give you till 2 decimal. Yeah, this will give you the currency, okay? Till 2 decimal point. The data will be formatted till 2 decimal point, and you can see here that data is formatted till
Okay.
2 decimal
Okay.
point. Fine.
Yes.
The same now stock, this is the numbers, whole number, right? Stock will be in whole number. And prices, this is again currency data, right? So we can keep it in 2 decimal point. Uh, uh, So yeah, this is fine. And we'll see that issues should be also there, because the data is like that only. So issues should be also there. We'll see what issues we are getting. And if we are getting some issues, right, here you will see in error, you will see some data, okay? Here in the error data quality, here you will find some data. The numbers will increase from 0 to some other data set, fine? So this will remain same, this will remain same, this will remain same, and what we have bin will remain same. Now we have this date type here again. So date type format 1, let's see, and we are changing it to date type. Okay, this is also fine, and this is we are changing to date type. Let's see. This is also fine, okay? But we have some issues, okay, which we'll see. See here, this date type is not converted to 1, right? This date type is not converted to the same date type.
But
This,
previously it was correct, sir. That second column, the delivered date format 2. Can you control that?
let's see. These will just give me change data type, okay? And this will remove all of the date type things, okay? If I just get back, the control Z is not available, okay, in this case, okay? What we can do, either we can go back to this, okay? Either we can remove this step,
Okay.
fine, or we
Okay.
can just or change it to the
Okay.
string
Okay.
type,
Okay.
because before it was string type, right? So we
Okay.
can just
Okay.
change it to text type, fine. And now we want to replace this, okay, step. And you are saying that this was in the correct format, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But this was a string type, right?
Okay. Okay.
This is
Mm-hmm.
a string type, but this is date data, fine. And
Okay.
let's see if we're changing it to date, and what it does,
Okay.
it
To
does
change
change it
format
to
from
change.
first. Okay.
Now first month, then date, then year.
Yeah.
But what we should have first date, then month, then
That
year.
month here.
Yeah. And also there is some issues. Okay, there will be some error with that. See here, day, then month, then year. Fine, and you can see in this data set that there are some errors. See, errors are there. Okay,
Yes, yes.
errors are there, and this is not yet reflecting here. Okay, this is what surprising me, that it should reflect the this error should reflect in this, and also it should reflect in this color. Okay, here we have the green
Okay.
color and black color, right? So that should reflect.
But
Okay, what I will do, I will just close it and reopen it, because this is the cache also, cache issue also. Okay, let's see.
okay.
So I just, and now you can see that we have errors, fine, and we can check the errors. So what we are going to do, we are just going to reopen it, fine. And now you can see, there are so many errors, right?
Okay. Okay.
Error with this, error with this, right? And you can see 63% error data we have.
Yes. Yes.
Now you can check the quality of data, right? And 1%, less than 1% data quality, we have error. And so now we have to find out what is the issue.
So, so according to error, we need to filter all these things, right? Means
Yes.
whatever error we, okay.
So we have to check the error, right? Because you will not be knowing, right? Now, maybe while you are doing your training, right, you have maybe 100 of records. While you will
Mhm.
be doing in the actual scenario, actual project, those will be millions and billions of records, right? Millions of records.
Yes.
So,
Yes. Yes.
so many records, right? And you will not know
Mhm.
what is there, fine?
Okay.
So in
Okay.
that
Okay.
case, here you will see, here you can see that you will find out the error and data quality, and based on
Mhm.
that you can investigate. Okay, where is the
O-
error? What?
Okay.
Yeah, what we have here. So now you can just check what is the error. Okay, so
Mhm.
what we can do, we can just click this and check the error. And error is it is not able to convert it to
Right.
number type, date value. This
Okay.
underlying data is NA, fine,
Mhm.
and it is not
Mhm.
able to convert it to date value. So that is the error, fine. So we can just investigate that column first. What is that column? What do we have in that column, right? In that row. So here 28, we have NA value, and we don't see, and all are error and all are error. So it is not correct data, right? We have to get rid of that data. Fine. So NA, we have NA data here, and that
Okay.
is how many NA we have. Just check. We can just see how many NA values is there, and later on we can only one NA data. So that data doesn't have any valid record, right? If suppose if we had NA here, but we had some valid data in these cases, right? So we had to take some other option. We had to take we had to do some other uh, cleaning activities, perform some other cleaning. We may keep it there, or we can give it some other name, or we can give some IDs, assign some ID, or we can assign some global ID, like that, right? So we could have taken some other action, and if we had
Oh.
had something valid in other row, other columns, right? So
Mhm.
based on the data, whatever we have, we take action, okay, on the data, or we do the cleaning, fine. Now what we want to do is we want to just exclude this NA from this column, right? We can
Yes.
exclude it, and before, yeah, we have just excluded that data now, right? And what we can see here, 100% error, and this is again not reflecting the correct scenario. This is not
Yes.
reflecting the correct scenario, fine. And that is why, uh, that is because of the cache issue. Okay, let's see. Now we have just filtered out the data, and we may have the issues in the previous step. This is filtered out here, but you can check if the issues are still there in the previous step. So in this case, previous step there is some issue, and that will always affect the next step. But this issue we don't have here, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to just remove this step from here, and we are going to delete this step. Fine. And we are having this step now, and this step is having all the correct data, and we have to perform our data type change now. Okay, so you can see, but if you have some issues in the previous steps, that will affect always the later step, next step. Okay, and that's why you should always, you should not have any issues from the previous steps, that you have to clear. Okay, that you have to clean. Fine. So now we have got the data, and we'll just check, and what we are just going to do, you can also change the data type of 2 or 3 columns at a time. Okay, so these 2 columns, I'm just taking all the date column, and I just want to change the data type. You have to just right click. Okay, and here you can see the change type. Okay, change type it to date type. Okay, you can do directly from here. You're seeing it.
Okay. Yes, yes.
Okay, we have done all the 4 columns, and you can see here, this is fine, this is fine, and okay, this is also fine, but we have some issues in this last column.
Yes.
Do you see? Right, so
Yes, yes.
we have to again check what is the issue actually, what is the issue with this data, and we can just check the error. Okay, now we have the error here. We can check this error, and here the error is we could not parse the input provided as date value details. So the input provided was 18/1/2017. This is India format. Okay,
Yes.
India date format. Input was provided as India date format, and it was expecting something else. It was expecting maybe US date format. Okay, let's see in the previous step what was the date type we had. So here we had the month, then day, then year. Okay,
Yes.
the okay. So these all are this is India type date format. This is month, then date, and maybe what is there, that in this date, it is taking as the US date or some other date. Okay, whatever it was expecting, but in this and it is converting it to India date format, right? Finally it is converting it to India date format. Okay, but here you can see in this case, in the case of last one, in this case it is having the date format of input as the India date, right? Input as the India date it has, and output we don't know. Output is getting changed to the India date format only. So month, day, and month and year. Fine. This is the output. It is getting changed to. So what we can do, how we can solve this issue, that we have, it is having the error as it is not able to parse this date format, input date value, it is not able to parse. So we have to just find out what is the reason that it is not able to parse the this date value. Okay, it is not able to identify this date value. So we could not parse means it is not able to identify the date value first, and that's why it is not able to parse it, right? So what we can do, we have an option. Fine. So these all of these are, we are just going to have all the 3 date type first. So you have to press Control and select. Okay, press Control and select. We just having these three, and we are changing this data type to date format. Fine. Now the last one, next one is we are having some different date format. Okay, so that's why it is not able to parse the date, right? So in that case, what we have to do is we can just go to this, and here you have using local. Okay, we have to change it to date using local. So you just go to using local. Now we want to change this data type to local. Okay, we want to change this data type to date, and this is India date format. Okay, it is taking India date, but the date is also okay. The input date is India date values. This is fine. Input date is India date values, and this should work. Okay. India date values, we have 29 March. Okay, fine. And here also we have the dates as 9. Okay, 04/01/2017, right? India date values. So it is having India date values. It should work fine. Okay, it should, the sample input is fine, and it should work well. Let's see. Okay, okay, it is giving correct data, right? So, do you get it? Like what is happening?
Yes, yes, got it. Okay, one
So,
second. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, it is
let's.
now correct. It is correct now. Okay.
It is now correct. So what is happening is, so for other columns, right? For other
Mm-hmm.
columns, all of the other columns, it was taking some other, let's see, what is the local we have set, what date format we have set. I think we have set the US date format, but let's check. So regional settings, okay. United States, fine. And regional setting, here also United States. So all the data should be recognized as United States date format. Okay. All of the data should be recognized as United States format. So these all are recognized from that. Okay. That local, it was able to recognized. All these was able to recognize using, US local, but the last one was not able to recognized as a US local. Okay, it was a India local. So input value as a India local, and it. So we were able to get, while we had changed it using the local, right? Using the local here, you can always update the step using the gear icon. Go to this gear icon, and you can always update the step if you have some updates on this step. And now you can see here in the local, it is it is identifying the India local as its input value. Then it is correcting the data. It is giving me the correct information. Okay, correct date format. Fine.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So now let's go to the other columns. So this is revenue and this is price. So both of these should be, now those should be changed to fixed decimal number. Okay. Other than this, we have this stock, and that has to be changed to the whole number. Fine.
Sir,
Now,
actually, sir, one thing, how to get means, is there any procedure means one by one we'll check all things. So that is means any step is there. You need to check
yeah.
this in this way.
Okay, so these are all logical step. Okay, these are all logical step. So what you can to check all of your data, because see all of these informations whatever we are checking here, I'm checking from the flat file. Okay. But
Okay.
while you have the data in your database, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that will be in clean format, almost clean format. So you only
Okay.
should have a little bit, you will not have much more issues. But if you are using some other data sources like flat files
Mm-hmm.
or some web data, okay, or somewhere some data from some other places, and you have some issues in those kind of data, so you can do.
Mm-hmm.
You can think logically that what can be wrong here, okay. And also, while you are going to assign all of the data types and all these things, these many things will flag out, right? You will see all of those issues. Now we are just seeing, right, once we are changing this data type. And other things, you have to check whether you have the empty cells and all those things. You have to check the always you have to check this unique values. If you have unique column, right, so you have to check all of that, whether you have duplicate data or not. So and these can be you may not find it immediately, right, and
Mm-hmm.
this can come up, right, while you are doing your visualization, that you are not getting some data right, you are not getting some count right, or you are not getting some numbers right, then you are
Yes,
going
yes.
back and you are analyzing your data, that what can be wrong. Fine. uh,
Okay.
so these are not just one time step. Okay, you can always go back and check your steps if you have something, and update that step. Okay, so
Okay.
it's like that. So before you start with any data, right, you always need to have prior knowledge of that data. Otherwise, there's no point of doing analytics, right? Analytics is not just the
Mm-hmm.
tool. Analytics is always about the data. So what you want to do with the data, right? So yeah, uh, uh, that's what we are doing here. We are just using the tool to analyze our data. Ultimate aim is to analyze the data, right? Not just using the tool, right? So yeah, in that logical sense, you have to always proceed, right? Uh, yeah.
I think
So
now it is 100% means clean, right? Means no error there.
yeah, almost clean, right? And now we can check our visualization, right? So go to the visualization, the same visualization, and now you can see this data. Still we have some issues, okay? Still we have some issues, and we can go back and check. And this, whatever I have done, right, this will create a table, issue table. We can go back and check there that records are changed, records are removed from the this one. So now what issue is there is kept errors, and there was a column, price column, right? And we did see that in the price column there is some issue. Okay, now what is the issue with the price column? We have to check. Okay, price column has some issues. And what is the issue with the price column? We have NA data in the price column, fine. So we are going back to our data set and want to check, want to do the, okay, well, to remove this,
Delete.
delete this group, and fine. And we are going back to our data set, and we have some issues with the
So
price.
we have deleted their column or what? Means like
No, we have not deleted the column. That we created from the visualization, that created a separate table, okay, that created a separate table with the error
okay,
records,
okay. Mm-hmm.
okay. So we have just deleted that table, and we are going back to our original table to clean it. So now you can see
Okay.
here there is some issue with the caching, okay. That's why we are
Yes.
not immediately seeing the errors and all, fine.
Yes.
Now you
Yes.
are seeing
Yes.
there are 18 errors, okay. We have 1%, around 1% error we have in this data set.
Okay.
And we need to check what is that error. Fine. And that error, we can just check here. This is the error record we have. And there is some underlying data, NA, okay, which is causing the error, which is not converting, is not able to convert the data to number type or currency type, right? Fixed decimal type. So that is the error. So we are going to check that error in some time, and what else we have to do, we'll just check it. So let's go back and we'll just keep the error first. We'll not create any error table. Here you can see now that is we have got this data now, and with the error, that data is in the error. So the error is in the sales. Okay, error is in the price, not in the sales. Okay, error is in the price, but we are not using the price right now. And we have this revenue information. So revenue is correct, revenue will be fine now. So whatever revenue data we are getting here, this is daily basis, on daily basis. Now you are seeing that earlier we were seeing differently, now we are seeing different data, right? So daily basis data we have now. We can change it to years. Okay, we can change it to year. And now this daily data we have, and in 2017 the data is like this now. Okay, we can also just have the year, and we'll see this. Okay, monthly data, and we'll see all of this later. Okay, now we are just getting still we are getting the count of revenue, and we can change it to, now you are seeing that we are getting many more options. Earlier we had only count and count distinct. Fine. We have now maximum data we can check average, we can check minimum, we can even check variance, and all these statistical functions also we have. We have this summation, right? So now we can do the sum. Now you have the sum of revenue for January, for February, for March, right? For all of these. So this is now and you should understand that if you don't have your data type set right, if you don't have the data type right, you will not get your visualization correct. Okay. So you should always have the perform the changes in the data type and all those things correctly, and that, because all of these visualizations here in Power BI and also in Tableau and all other such tools, in memory tools.
So same tool is available also in Excel. So same tools,
Yes,
whatever here I'm looking, visualization tool
correct,
there, horizontal row, vertical column, all are same in available in Excel also. But
correct.
we can use there also, means why
Correct.
Power BI? No, Power BI is something
Ah,
section there.
so Power BI is more than Excel, okay, and it has many other capabilities. Not just Excel. You have to do these things a little
Simplification,
hard way,
maybe.
okay. And here you are doing everything very easily, and this tool, right? In memory capabilities and many other things are there. Not just the visualization, right?
Okay.
Not only the visualization, we have many other capabilities. So we'll just see everything. Fine.
Can we change the color? Can we
You
change?
can change everything. You can change everything, and we'll see all of that. But now we are just checking the data
Okay.
type, basic cleaning.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll go also visualizations, and we'll change everything. We'll do all of those properties. We'll see. Fine. So now what we have just done, we have just checked that this setting the right data type will correct your data, right? Will perform, is correcting. And now we had some issues with the price, and we want to correct that. So what was the issue we had with the price? We had the issue with the price, the underlying value is NA, and it is not able to convert it right? This is not able to convert it to price. This is not able to convert it to the dollar values or the fixed decimal, right? And this is where we have to just do our cleaning, more cleaning. So what are the different way you can think of to get rid of this data? So whether we can remove the entire row of the errors, is it possible?
Enter. No,
Can
no, no. Only
we remove?
we, we cannot remove enter, right? Means only error is there. The price column only
Correct.
error there.
So here, yeah, that's what we have to do. We have to first analyze if we have error, right? We have error. So do we have any valid data in that? And we have valid data. So now we have, as we know that we have valid data, then we have to take some action which will just correct this data, right? As we have this error due to the NA value. So what are the different options you may think of? You can think of removing
Mm,
the NA value. That's all. Means keeping it
yes,
null or
yes,
keeping it blank. You can think of that. You can even think
yes,
of
yes.
removing the error. Either you can think of removing the underlying data so that while converting it will not give any issues, or you can think of removing the error. Right. These are the two possibilities with this. Fine. So for these we have options. We have different options. What options we have? We need to just click and we want to replace this data. Maybe we want to replace the underlying data, or we want to replace the error. Right. Both of these possibilities are there. Fine. So
Mm.
let's say we have a tool called replace values. So
Okay.
what is this?
Can you check that what is the error? Means
Yeah, yeah. You can always click the error. Okay. You have this error here, right?
okay.
You can click this
Yes, yes.
error and you will see here the error issues. What is the issue?
You couldn't
Right?
convert number. Okay.
We couldn't convert to number, and this is in the underlying value is NA. Because this value is NA,
In name. Okay.
right? It is not
Mm.
able to convert the number. Fine.
Mm.
So and this step is created here. You
Okay.
can
Okay.
fine. Now we want to just change. We want to do this. We want to replace it, right? So we can just have it selected, and we can do the replace. Let's check what it is giving
Repeat.
me.
Mm.
Okay. We can replace it, but what do we see? We see that value to find. Okay, value to find and replace with.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
say we are giving NA, and what is giving?
Okay.
What it is
Mm.
giving me? See here, it is giving me warning. Okay, if I am finding this value, try to find this NA,
Mm.
it is giving me error. Why it is giving me error? Because NA is the string value, and this column is number type. Fine. It is trying to find. It is trying
Number
to
type. Yes,
search
yes.
for
Okay.
number type values. Let's see. We are giving this one. Now you can see that it is taking this one, 1.0.
Okay.
It is taking this
Okay. Okay.
1.0, right?
Okay.
Uh,
Mm.
so while we are trying to, replace this NA value, but it is not allowing us, right? Then what we can do? We can go back one step. We can go back and first fix this error. Okay, we go back to previous steps and fix these NA values. We can change these NA values in the price to 0, or we can change these NA values to blank, something like that. So we can go back to the previous steps, filtered rows, to this step maybe. Okay, and after that we can insert a step. Fine. Let's see.
Mm.
We can insert the NA values, insert a step. Okay, and find the NA value and change it to 0 or something like that, right? So we are just changing it to 0. So that is now done. All the NA values are changed to 0. Let's go to the next step, and here with the local, and now you can see this issue is fixed, right?
Yes.
So we don't have the issue now, and we have the 0 value. Fine.
Okay.
This is one way. Or we can just remove the replaced step. We can remove the replaced step, and we can check. So we should have the error now. Again, we should have the error with the data, and you can see now the error is there, right? So the one step, one way to replace, one way to remove this, replace the value is to replace, right? Replace value, and we want to replace the error, right? We want to replace the error. So what we can do, other way is to go to replace transform here. You can see under the transform ribbon, right? We have this replace here option, replace values. You see,
Yes.
and here you have the replace error option. Fine, and error can be replaced to 0 or something like that. Fine, and you can see that this is replaced. Fine, all the errors are replaced.
Okay.
Okay, so based on the data type, whatever data you have, you take action.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's what we have just done. We have just we can replace the underlying values using the replace tool, or you can replace the error using the error tool. Okay, replace error tool under this transform ribbon. Fine. So we have just done that. Now the next thing, okay, this is now fine, and we can check the price also, and average price and all. The other thing, right? Here we have the sales information, but we cannot add the sales. We cannot check the total sales, right? Because it is now the string type. What we can do to get the only numbers?
Yes. Integer. Okay.
We want to just get the integer values. So what we can do?
Yes. We can change type anything there.
So we have to get rid of this sales,
Yes. Right.
this text item, right? So
Yes.
we already know that we have a tool called replace value.
Yes.
So we
Okay.
can just select it and replace the text item. So we have space, then we have sales, right? This is fixed value, right? This is fixed value. So we want to replace this fixed value with any just whatever it is with space. We don't want to have any space also.
Yes.
Right? So we can just replace it. Now we have the numbers, and we can
Okay.
convert it to number type, right? This is a whole number type, and now we can convert it to whole number type. Fine.
Okay.
And we have got the data. So that's how we have just done some of the we have just done some of the basic cleaning activities, and we will see more of these activities, okay, in the coming class on Monday. Then we'll move to the visualizations also, and yeah, we'll see also the this tool, right? Modeling tool. So what are the different models we have? So 1, 2, or 3 sessions are over. We will see the modeling. Okay, what are the different schema we have in data warehouse, and how we can model, what kind of different modeling techniques we have. So that we'll see once we try to get more and more data set into our model. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what we have for this session. Do you have any other question?
Sir, how to download that? Actually, I didn't download. So anything PPT or a video you have available?
Oh, you
I
have
can
not
check
downloaded
in.
it yet?
No. Actually, today is my first class. Yesterday you did it. So I think. So can
Oh,
you check in YouTube?
yeah.
Or you have?
This is very simple. Okay, this is very simple, just like any other software, right? That is in right. So you just go and check the Power BI, Microsoft Power BI site. Power BI download,
Mhm.
Power BI desktop. Okay, just check
Okay,
for
okay.
Power BI desktop. Okay,
Mhm.
and you can see here the download option, right? And go to Microsoft site, download site. So Microsoft, go to Microsoft download
Okay.
option,
Mm.
and there directly you have the option, all these options to download the Microsoft tools. Okay, here you can see now. Once you come to this site, here you have the download option, right? You
Okay.
can go for advanced download also. Here you have the download option with different languages, and you can just download it. Okay, so this is very simple. Go to the Microsoft site and
Mhm.
just check for the Power BI desktop download option.
So after download, it is in anything need to set up there, means like, or directly can use.
Yeah, you can directly use, and you just for preliminary settings options. Okay, you can check the previous video, last class video, and that will give you the
Okay.
option.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, fine.
So today you have shown that example, that table, na? Can we get that table so practice?
Yeah. I am sharing all of these. Okay, I think I have shared with you people this data,
Okay.
right?
Yes. Yesterday we
Okay.
got that is same one. The table is there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
find mine. Where can I find it?
So this is in the Drive, okay, Google Drive, and I have, okay, you have not received mail message.
No, I'm not.
I have added you, so
Yes,
I have
it's
added
there, na?
you there, right?
See.
Okay, I will send you the link. Okay, you can just go by that link and then download all these files.
Hmm. Okay, so maybe I
Uh,
can.
who-
Yeah.
Which one? Which one, sir? Basic data cleaning. That is only record, or which one? Means that
So
record.
yeah, this is the Power BI file. Okay, this is Power BI file. This will directly open in Power BI. Okay, and this is the data set. Okay, so what you do, I would recommend you to just use the data set. Okay, and
Okay. Okay.
if you are finding somewhere, if you are getting some issues, you can go back to this Power BI file and check it. Okay, you can keep all of this
Okay.
saved in some folder, but you create your own files. Okay, create your own data, create your own report, and use this data. Okay, in
Okay.
that.
This is raw data. This is raw data. This is cleaning data. Okay. Right. Got it. Okay.
Yes. Hmm.
Now this is what
So,
is that, sir? Power BI CS1.
so this is just the topics we have covered. Okay.
Okay. The PDF PPT like
Hmm.
there. Okay.
The
Okay.
PPT we are just showing here, right? So these are the topics we
Mhm.
covered. Just that file.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Are we
So
gonna
I
have
will.
homework in this class?
Yeah.
Are we gonna have homework in this class?
Yeah. So
Oh,
I can here I have I think a weekly basis I have just created the so all those right assignment you will find here in this here you can see uh, I have created the assignment one option and for each week, right, I have created assignment thing. So in this folder you will get the assignments. Fine, in G Drive.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, okay. So that's all we have for this session, and we'll meet
Yes.
to
Okay.
morning.
Sir, so one thing, sir, you shared that assignment, or you are going to share?
No,
I don't
I will
understand.
share the assignment every week. Okay, so for 2 days, like I can share this assignment today evening, or maybe tomorrow morning. So I will share it here. So every week you will find some assignment. I can share it in the middle of the week, so you can at the end of the week you can just try it out, because this will 4 hour session will cover every week, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
you will cover you will be able to complete it in 1 hour or a half an hour or something like that. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Fine. Okay. So after that, we'll practice only that, whatever you given raw data, right?
Yeah, raw data I'm giving, right? And also I will be now today or tomorrow morning I will provide the assignment. Okay, you can use that data
Okay.
and
Mhm.
perform the assignment also. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay. Can you show the yes, sir, means which topic we are going to cover? Means whatever completed still. Is there any batch there? We have any
We are
lecture
just
you have?
covering, we have just covered these topics. Okay, rows,
Okay,
columns reducing, and
okay.
this
That
update
is
types. Okay, and
okay.
some more basic cleaning like cleaning junk data, unwanted values, and all these things. We have just done. Okay, and yeah, next thing, what we'll do, we have just replacing values and all those things we are just seeing right today. So we'll see more capabilities on this tool, transformation tool, and that will check the splitting of data. If we have some data, right, splitting of parts
Mm-hmm.
of the column, then we'll also in the later sessions, okay, we will see the merging option, appending rows, all those things, splitting we'll see, and yeah, so many such options we will see in the coming classes.
Okay, 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 fine. Okay, thank you.
So we'll cover one by one each of these topics, okay, each of these options, and also we'll cover the other conceptual things. Okay, yeah,
Okay, okay, fine. Okay,
fine. Yeah, that's all I have for today's session. Okay, let's meet on Monday, and thank you.
okay. Yes, guys.